Hey, how you doing today? I am Taquila Coleman. In today's video, I'm going to share this revelation the Lord gave me last night regarding, why it's hard for you to believe that your spouse loves you, right? So, you know how you can hear prophetic words where, God is speaking through his prophets and they are releasing the words that your prodigal love you, your prodigal cares for you. Your prodigal is thinking about you, right? Or even your prodigal is sorry, right, for their actions against you, right? And even though you hear this coming out of God's prophet's mouth, right? And you understand, you're like, okay, this is a word from the Lord. But when you look at things in the physical, you like, but I don't see anything, therefore it's hard to believe, right, that what God is saying through his prophet is true. It's hard for you to believe that your spouse love you when in the physical you either receive a rejection from this person or betrayal from this individual, or there's no communication. This, you don't see any effort coming from this individual, and you're like, I hear you, Lord, but I don't believe it, right? And this is the revelation the Lord gave me last night. So one of the ways how God speaks to me is he would just lead me into just saying the answer. Okay. I would just say the answer out of my mouth. And in that moment, when I say the answer, I get the revelation. It's like God began to connect the whole entire dots for me. And so yesterday, that's what happened. You know, it just that's what I end up saying. Like I was like, oh, that's why, it's hard for them to believe their spouse doesn't love them, is because their spouse isn't meeting their love language. Okay. This is what I said out of my mouth yesterday. I said, because their love language isn't being met. So let's say you have a love language. Let's say your love language is quality time, right? And so you hear God speaking through his prophet, or God can even share this with you in a dream, telling you your spouse loves you and care about you and wants to protect you and want to come back. But your love language is quality time, right? So because you heard what the Lord is saying, but in the physical, your spouse isn't with you, your spouse isn't contacting you, right? You see your spouse spending quality time with the counterfeit, with everyone else but you, right? Therefore what you are now feeling is neglect. You are still feeling rejection, right? And it's hard for the mind to even believe that what God is saying is true, because your love language isn't being met, right? And this can be, I'm just using quality time as an example. If your love language is words of affirmation, or receiving gift, or physical touch, or acts of service, whatever your love language is, if the love language isn't being met in the physical by this person, it's hard. It's like a blockage for you to be able to receive what God is saying, because you hear the Lord in the spirit, but in the physical, it's like, Lord, but I still feel neglected. I still feel overlooked. I still feel rejected. You know, it and it's and it could be a wound, that you might be dealing with, but it's really your love language isn't being met. And so I wanted to share this revelation because, like how I said, this came to me yesterday as I was walking through the hallway, and it just hit me like, this is the reason why many of you, when you hear the Lord speaking through his prophets telling you, or even in your dream telling you your spouse love you, this is one of the reasons why it's hard for you to receive it or even believe what God is telling you, because in the physical, your own love language, your needs, they're not being met by this individual who God is telling you they love you. Okay. So this is where you have to just wait. You got to, understand God cannot lie. Okay. He's speaking the truth to you. Okay. And he's letting you know now. Okay. Whenever God revealed this to you, he's letting you know, when you look in the physical at your love story, it may look like rejection. Your spouse may even be communicating something different. But when God highlight to you, your spouse love you and he show you these things in your dream, or he give you vision of these things, God is letting you know, okay, number one, I'm speaking the truth. Number two, I'm going to move this person's heart into loving you. Okay. I'm going to, bring them the revelation of who you are, reveal your value. I'm gonna take this person through whatever they need to go through so that they get this revelation and their heart begin to change, okay, in this direction. So this is the Lord speaking this to you, right? So in the meantime, try your best to believe, okay, come into agreement with what God is saying, but also know you're going to have to wait, okay, until that reconciliation season, when God announced that, okay, you are now in your reconciliation season. When he announced that, then and release your spouse, okay, to come back to you, then that's when your spouse can come back, meeting your love language, and also showing you in their action how they really feel about you. Okay. In the meantime, you can do some things. There are some things you can do with your own self to help meet your own love language. Okay. Your own needs, right? Just start pouring into yourself so that you're not feeling like neglected or drained or unloved. Make sure you pouring into yourself. Make sure you spending the quality time, you need with yourself. Make sure you using your own words to build yourself up. Make sure, you're doing things for yourself. Okay. Just keeping yourself filled up, right? Until it's time for the reconciliation season. And just know that if God said it, he's going to bring it to pass. And your spouse, they're going to come back and they're going to show you exactly everything that God has been speaking to you, okay, through his prophets or through your dreams and visions. All right. So with that, I am Taquila Coleman. I'll talk to you real soon. Take care.